3, 2, 1, 0.
What up? Welcome to Dynamite Rocketship. I'm your host, Toby McMullen. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, man. Drop a comment, like, whatever. Do all that stuff that helps it out. Working from home today. Called my boss. I said, buddy, I'm not coming in. I'm working remote. Got the home set up, cooking. Got some new lights, Christmas gift from my lady. Hell yeah, shout out to it. Looking cute. It is 5:01 in the PM, Tuesday, February 17th, coming fresh, hot off the presses. Gang, thanks so much for checking it out. I hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day. I know I did. It was great. I watched The Notebook for the first time. I mean, gang. Okay, listen. Don't shut this video off. I see your cursor clicking towards. You stay locked in because you got to hear this. Okay, man. Listen. Okay. Am I about to talk about a movie that came out 20 years ago? Yes, dude. Here's the thing. My entire life, people have been crying and screaming about this movie, about, oh my God, Ryan Gosling, he's so hot. Rachel McAdams, she's a babe, whatever. It's the most beautiful love story ever told. And I was like, shut up. Have you ever heard of a little film called Titanic, dude? Does Ryan Gos jump into freezing cold waters, sacrificing himself, turning himself into a human popsicle so that his boo thang can get rescued or whatever? There was not enough room on that door. It sinks when he tries to climb on it. Shut up with that shit. Also, there's an AI video going around of the Eagles in Lord of the Rings dropping the ring into Mount Doom and being like, fix the Lord of the Rings. First of all, fuck AI. Second of all, Sauron has a giant fucking eye. He's a giant eye that sees the whole world. That's the whole thing, is that he's searching for. If you had an eagle in the sky, he'd be like, oh, there they are. Whole army, go stand over there and wait for them to land. Oh, also, by the way, flying Nazgul, go eat those guys. Shut up, you idiot. You stupid idiot. They needed hobbits because they're small and hard to see in the woods. Ugh. Some people have no class. They got no respect for the classics. Anyway. Speaking of classics, guys, The Notebook is unbelievable. It's so fucking good. Holy shit. I mean, I was legitimately blown away. Truly, I wept like a little girl with a skin knee, just weeping, dude. Just like a lottery winner in a double wide trailer, dude. Just oh my God, my life has changed forever. I can finally get that Corvette. And then 2 months later, back in the poorhouse because I smoked it all up on meth. But dude, for real, okay. So if you haven't seen The Notebook, and I mean this so sincerely, you got fired up, dude. It's so fucking sick. Dude, okay. So it's like Ryan Gosling in this movie is the most mentally ill dude of all time. It is what's funny is that it's like, so I thought it was like a modern story. I thought it took place in the 90s. So I'm like, the movie fires up and I'm like, where the fuck are the pagers? You know, show me a giant cell phone. No, 1940. Who would have thought? E from Entourage pops up. Dude, I called it. I have seen too many movies. I'll be the first to admit it. I called all the story beats within the first like 5 minutes. I'm sitting there while we're watching it, and I go, wait, what year is this? And my lady goes, oh, it's 1940. I go, oh my God, World War II's coming. They don't even know about the war. Like, they're running around at a fair. I'm like, guys, the Nazis are putting people in ovens. You got to lock in, dude. What are we doing? You're driving around in cool convertibles and like goofing off and working at the lumberyard. I mean, Hitler's on the move. and then I go, oh, he's dead. He's gonna die in World War II. Nailed it. This movie is World War II is so inconsequential to the plot of this movie. The entire war is like 3 minutes. It's awesome. It's just like Ryan Gosling in his little army uniform and his helmet, and E's there, and then E gets blown up, and then the war is over. And it's never addressed again. He just comes back to his little North Carolina town and is like, well, that sucked. And you're like, dude, what? He's got no trauma. He's more put together after the war than he was when he tried to, he does all of the 1940s dating shit that you're like, what are you doing, dude? He's like threatening suicide. He's stalking. He's just every guy who gets canceled on Discord. It's just like, it's every Twitter post by an e-girl going, this dude was fucking crazy. It's but I mean, but it's so romantic. And what it goes to show is that anything is acceptable if you look like Ryan Gosling. That's the rules, dude. I don't make the rules, man. But yeah, Ryan Gosling is such a fucking emo bitch. But I mean, I get it. His first love breaks his heart. There's bitch ass mom. Her bitch ass mom steals all of his letters. Writes 365 letters. That's today's version of that. Is I sent her a text message every day. She didn't respond. Dude, if the notebook was now, it would just be just text after text after text after text. 365 unresponded to texts in a row. It's like, this guy's fucking nuts, dude. But yeah, called the twist at the end. The second homeboy's reading in the old folks home, I was like, oh, she's got Alzheimer's. It's them. And that moment is so poignant that even though it wasn't the moment in the movie where that's revealed, like I revealed it to myself from just context clues, still started crying. I was like, it's so beautiful. But I thought for sure he had written it, but no, too dumb. He's not a writer. He's a woodsman. He also, like, she's like, I want this is going to be my dream house. I want a white house, blue shutters. And you would imagine that would be like the climax. Like he toils and labors over this home and builds this with his bare hands, puts together this beautiful. No, he does it in the like halfway through this, or like right at the beginning of the second act. It's like, dude, it's like 30 minutes into the movie and he's like, house is done. I'm the fucking man. Look out. Fucking, do you see these calluses, bro? Put these, like, dude, it's a little too quick. Builds that home. Building a home is very hard. I mean, I suppose it was mostly a remodel, but that thing was a hunk of shit. Yeah, tough scenes. Also, for a movie in the 1940s in North Carolina where, you know, I was squirted out, they omitted some stuff that was going on down there. I don't think those people were as nice as they were made out to be. But hey, what are you going to do? Also, no one smokes cigs. Weird. Or maybe they do smoke cigs. I don't know. All I know is that in 1940, North Carolina, everyone was ripping heaters, dude. I mean, just huffing down unfilthy hand rolls all day long. That's a home of tobacco, baby. You better believe that. Yeah, but all in all, I mean, like, and fucking 8 out of 10, 8.5 out. It's a fucking good movie, dude. Oh, it's cool when you expect some horseshit and you get the straight heat, man. Who made that? Who wrote that shit? The Notebook, IMDb. And if you're a fella out there who's going, I'd never watch that fucking shit, dude, get some culture, bro. Get the Notebook in your life. All right. PG-13. Bummer. Yeah. Oh, also shout out Jeannie Rollins, who plays old Rachel McAdams. She's fucking great. And so is James Garner. Or wait, no, that's not the right guy. Whoever, the old guy, the guy who plays old. What's his face? Ryan Gass. All right, hang on, give me a second here, folks. Stay locked in. Don't touch that dial. Why is it? Did they change IMDb? I have this thing that makes everything dark mode, and it kind of fucks everything up, unfortunately. But it keeps you from getting fucking flashbanged. Okay. Nick Cassavetes. All right, Nicholas. What do you got? He did something crazy where I was like, holy fuck, this guy? No, he's mostly an actor, which is weird. No, he directed some shit that's tight, though, that I was like, no way. John Q and Alpha Dog. Hell yeah. Nick Cassavetes rips, dude. Alpha Dog's fun. Justin Timberlake. Love that guy. They're trying to take away our king, by the way. Trying to cancel that motherfucker, saying he's low effort and cringe. Fuck you. It's JT. He's a songbird of a generation. Most talented guy ever. One of my buddies smoked a joint with him at the Cannes Film Festival. Said he was the man. Believe every second of that. He also directed Face Off. No way. Oh, no. He was an actor in Face Off. Okay. I was like, dude, that's insane. Notebook to Face Off? That guy's got range. No, Face Off was John Woo. Right? That's John Woo. That's John Woo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's dubs in that shit. Hell yeah. Speaking of media, it's gonna be a media heavy pod today. We're talking film and television, baby. Yeah, but The Notebook, really, really, really fucking good. I mean, it's shot beautifully. Ryan Gosling is the saddest man alive. I relate to that. He's real emo. Ryan Gosling's character would have fucked with My Chemical Romance, dude. He would have been, if that movie was made now, he'd be wearing a Pierce the Veil shirt. Shit. Okay. What else? Oh, dude, holy fuck. If you're not watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, dude, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a flavor. Pop that motherfucker on. They got one episode left in the first season. It is fire, dude. Really good. It's just a good time. It's like Game of Thrones, but it's good time Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? It's like the stakes are lower, but it's fun. It's just guys partying, and every dude in the show, you're like, is that dude trying to fuck that dude? Which is a nice change of pace from Game of Thrones, which is like, oh, that guy's fucking his sister, huh? I mean, George R.R. Martin loves incest. That dude, the reason he hasn't finished that book is because he's deep into some scandalous hentai. Guaranteed. That guy, George R.R. Martin found out about hentai and stopped writing his books. Guaranteed, dude. That guy loves it when people fuck their sisters. It's crazy. Yeah, but A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is so good. If you're not tapped in, it's about a hedge knight, which is like a homeless guy, right? It's like a homeless knight who's basically like, just like, all I've got is my sword and my honor, and I'm going to sleep in a bush, and I'm going to protect the innocent. And you're like, sick. Fuck yeah, dude. You don't own any lands. Hedge knights are just every American now. They don't own land. All they have is their honor. It's tough scenes out there, dude. Yeah, but The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I was on the fence because not a lot going on the first couple eps. It's mostly a guy walking around in the mud being like, I'd like to bash some guys in a tournament. And they're like, you can't do that. And he's like, my master knighted me right before he died. And you're like, I don't fucking think he did, man. Which is cool. As someone who's faked their credentials and gotten into some places they shouldn't have been, I respect it. But the whole, I guess, like, theme of the show is just like honor, and the main character's name's Dunk. Sir Duncan the Tall. Dunk the Lunk. Not a hunk. When you rhyme three things in a row, it's called a triple dipper. A little triple dipper for you. Yeah, Dunk the Lunk, dude. He's just a big goon. and that's his whole thing. He's like not the greatest fighter. He's like a 1994 fourth line hockey player. Can't skate that good. Can't really handle the puck. But when you need to get the boys going, when you need to fire up the squad, you send in the lunk, dude. Just to start lumping motherfuckers up. Just throwing elbows, dirty play, but a lot of heart. A very Doug Gladd-esque gentleman. Face period. The show is beautifully shot. It's charming. It's just like oozing with charm. You can tell that they're having fun making it, and the budget wasn't crazy. Budget per episode, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. In comparison to Game of Thrones, where it was like, an entire country's GDP thrown at each episode, less than 10 million per episode, which is a lot of money. But for prestige television, that shit goes quick, especially when you're on location, yada, yada, yada. House of the Dragon, 20 million per episode, but also double the running time. So it seems kind of reasonable. But it really, it's like they trimmed all of the Game of Thrones fat. There's, everyone's name is easy. It's Duncan. It's Egg. The problem with, and I'll talk about House of Dragon in a second. The problem with some of the other, it's just the names are too similar. It's Aegon and it's Aragon, and you're like, dude, why do 5 people have the same fucking name, man? Like, oh my God, we have magic, we have dragons, but we have the most limited naming conventions in all of fiction. But whatever. Again, George R.R. Martin, he's got a head full of tentacle porn. He can't keep things straight anymore. This is, I think I just incepted my new favorite conspiracy theory, which is that George R.R. Martin got derailed by hentai, and that's why the movies aren't coming out. He's just deep into that fucking weeb shit, dude. Yeah, but A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's been fun to watch the discourse online, because when it's so rare now that a show unifies the earth. Like the original Game of Thrones was truly global and took over the internet in a way that, like, I don't think a show has since, because it's just everything's too splintered. The algorithm is too powerful. It just provides such a niche worldview for every user that you just don't get that sort of like massive conversation. Like when Game of Thrones was still coming out, it was so much fun. Every week I would be on Reddit, on r free folk, just like a huge nerd. Every Sunday night, it was me and the squad, like all the dudes I lived with, would get hammered drunk, throw on Game of Thrones, and smoke cigs inside and just scream, "Can we get an off?" This is fun. This is really fun. People were like real serious about like not spoiling shit, which is cool. They like appreciated it so much that they wanted to not ruin it for everyone. And now people just don't give a fuck. Like the second the episode drops, that shit's ripped. People have TikTok edits revealing everything. It's brutal. But if anyone did any of you guys BitTorrent? Like there was one year, I can't remember what season it was, but like before the season premiered, like 4 episodes leaked online, and that was just dirtbag internet Christmas, dude. I mean, in a time where BitTorrent was so fucking good. Nowadays, the last time I used BitTorrent was last year. It's the first time I've used it in a decade, because now everything's so accessible. It's just so much easier. And I can't remember what it was. It was some movie that I had that I couldn't, you couldn't get it. Like you couldn't even pay the $5 on Amazon or whatever. So I BitTorrented it, and then like instantly got an email from my ISP that was like, "We know you downloaded that shit." And I was shocked. I mean, I should have used a VPN or whatever, but that's just so much work, dude. It's like, no. But back in the day, it was a goddamn free-for-all. I owe MGM Studios 95 grand in Reckless. I used to I would download them and burn them onto DVDs. God, I'm a nerd. But such a free-for-all for media. And now it's like, with the way that streaming services are going, where it's just becoming cable and every price is going up and they're all just becoming homogenized, and it's just this thing of like every streaming service puts out a new thing like once a month, and they're just trading catalogs in this like weird incestuous. It sucks. Piracy's coming back, guaranteed. I bet the numbers I bet more people are pirating shit this year than they have in the last decade, and I bet that number is going to go up and up and up and up and up, baby. Which is like, hey man, that's like old school internet shit. Knowledge is free, information is out there, but what are you gonna do? But then inversely, now it's like, dude, you fucking killed cinemas. Everything in the movies stinks. I mean, I can't wait for the Odyssey. That's gonna rip. Shout out Chris Nolley's. But there's like a real like I'll go to the movies movie comes out every 2 months. I mean, AMC has that thing where you pay like $21 and you can go see as many movies as you want a month, and it's like it's not even worth it, really. It's tough. It's tough out there. But Night of the Seven Kingdoms, that shit rules. In the most recent episode, it's like the whole thing has been this lead up to this fucking battle, right? This whole fucking 5 episodes to this epic 6v or 7v7, 7v6. I think it shakes out to just brutal showdown between these bitch ass Targaryens and then our boy Dunk the Lunk. And right as the battle kicks off, Dunk clocked in the dome, blacks out. 20-minute flashback. How you doing? Welcome to Game of Thrones. And I was just sitting on the couch. I just started laughing, just hearing the screams and the fucking vitriol, just the thumbs blasting away on their phone to just trash this thing online, because no one, and it's like, it did serve the story, right? We needed the flashback to see how Dunk came up as a kid so that he can, show that that's the Duncan that's fighting is not the knight. It's not Sir Duncan the Tall. It's Dunk from Flea Bottom, the slum outside of fucking, King's Landing. And it's like, cool. We get it. That's it. It does serve the story, but I mean, talk about blue balls. I saw a thing from the director who was like, yeah, we knew it was going to piss people off. Which is like so funny to I just imagine them, 2 years ago staring at a whiteboard, looking at the beats of the script, just going, man, people are going to be upset. But it is what it is. Apparently in the book, that fight is like 4 paragraphs. So they did a good job, and it's fucking awesome, dude. They do so many cool things. Like they do this one move where they dolly at the back of Dunk's head, and then it goes through his helmet, and then you see through his visor. Sick, dude. The whole thing is like covered in fog because they didn't have enough money to make it as whatever, as grandiose as they wanted. So like that so it feels like scrappy and cool, even though it is, the biggest IP from one of the biggest streamers, if not the biggest. I mean, Netflix is probably still top dog, but HBO Max, they're cranking it out. But dude, fire episode. I mean, it's fun. Because of most of Game of Thrones is, people drinking wine, accusing people of being bastards in very regal settings. It's like nice to have a whole show where it's just everybody's covered in shit the whole time. Like, everyone's just like, dude, you smell like shit. I mean, the smells, dude. The smells that people must have been walking around with back in those days. I mean, talk about vile, dude. Ugh. And the whole thing, and it's like everybody's going to those whorehouses. I mean, that's a smell you can't wash off. Ugh. I don't shower for 2 hours. I stink like shit, let alone if I'm, fighting for my life in some slum. But because I fucked with Night of the Seven Kingdoms so hard, it got my little Game of Thrones. I got jonesing for some political intrigue and some battles. So I fired up House of the Dragon. Now, House of the Dragon, my first attempt at House of the Dragon, I watched maybe 2 episodes, and I was like, why do I hate this so much? Why do I feel like this fucking stinks? And I shut it off. I went back. I watched the first episode of Game of Thrones, and I was like, now this is fucking watch the whole fucking thing again. So goddamn good. And it's because in Game of Thrones, it's like you have the world building is so massive and so fast. You're like, you start off and you're like, you're in the north, and it's a barren wasteland of snow and ice and depression and sadness, and then you go down to King's Landing, and it's fucking beautiful and sunny, and fucking everybody's rich, and they're fucking their brother, and then it's boom across the narrow sea, and we're with the Dothraki, and we're like, oh, what the hell's going on here? This lady's got eggs. What are these eggs gonna do? It's very exciting and so like different in the amount of locations and houses and family dynamics, and you got Ned, like the world's most honorable man, and then you got the Lannisters, complete pieces of fucking shit, and it's so awesome, so sick. I love Game of Thrones, dude, and I think everybody does. I think if you don't like Game of Thrones, you hate stories, and you're just a contrarian. And it's like, I get that. I've definitely spent a lot of my time talking about shit that's widely popular just because it's popular. It's like, fair enough. We all make mistakes, dude. But this time around, I gotta say, House of the Dragon, pretty dope, dude. I cooked through that first season, and I was like, dang, bro. But I do have a theory, which is, and I think I've said something along these lines before, which is that because of where movies and television are currently, in that their stuff that's really great is pretty few and far between, and there's a lot of slop in the mix. Just because of the way the budgeting works, and no one really knows how to make money from streaming. So unless it's, you're Amazon and you're going to spend literally $1 billion on a Lord of the Rings series that looks like a video game. I mean, that show sucked. There just isn't a lot of mid-budget stuff that really dunks, which is unfortunate. I have to stop touching my nose when I record. It drives me insane. I don't touch my nose in regular life. And then the second there's a camera and a microphone, I'm like a fucking cokehead. I just can't stop it. And it drives me crazy. But I digress. So I think because of that, and now that I've, sort of gotten to a point where I feel like I've exhausted most of the things that have really hit the zeitgeist. Like, if something is really good, you hear about it, and I'm going to check it out. But when I first tried to watch House of the Dragon, I wasn't like completely burnt out on entertainment. And now going back, I love it. It's so good. But my concern is that I only like it because everything else is kind of dipped in quality. But it's great. It's really good. And man, oh man, is it chocked full of incest. This guy, there was a scene between two cousins, and they didn't bang, and I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, Georgie, showing some restraint. Good for you. Never once in my life did I look at any of my cousins and be like, I gotta make a move. Like, that's God damn it, dude. I mean, I wonder if that's still no. Nope, not a rabbit hole worth going down. Nope. Stick to the fact that the cinematography is gorgeous. But it did feel it they've done a better job now that I'm into the second season of really expanding it and making it feel more epic, more now that they're getting the other houses involved, and it is fun. It's almost like nostalgia bait when they like go to locations from the original Game of Thrones. You're like, oh my god, they're at the wall. Like, oh, they're in the Vale. I know the Vale, which feels cheap, but it does make you react that way. It is effective. You are like, ooh, what's the Vale like? But 200 years before I saw it last. Yeah, so I'm hoping for some big dragon fights. That seems like it could be cool. The dragons don't move the needle for your boy as much as you would think. For as big of a dork as I am, you would think I'd be a little more hyped up on the dragons. Nah, I'm really looking for a guy with a sword to stand in a field and scream about honor. That's where I'm at. That's what I like. Jon Snow, that's my guy. I want a guy with a really cool sword to stand in a field and go, this is for my family. You've dishonored my family, and now I will drown you in mud. Like that's the kind of shit that gets me, rock hard. Oh God. Oh, yeah, but it's good. It's really good. Everyone was right. I don't think it's as good as. I think it's just you're just never gonna touch Game of Thrones. You're never gonna. It's things like that don't hit anymore. It's like the Avengers Endgame that united the Earth. That was a like moment that I just don't think will happen in entertainment anymore, just because of the way that we consume media now. There's so much. You're just on your phone. You're constantly being served like the craziest video you've ever seen. It's dash cam footage of an 18-wheeler flipping off a bridge, and then you scroll, and it's the biggest ass you've ever seen in your life, and then you scroll, and then it's a guy in the Winter Olympics doing a triple backflip, and you're like, that's sick. Did you guys see that guy wipe out in the ski big air? Holy shit, dude. Oh my God, this guy got fucking wrecked. He came in, so big air, it's obviously just one big jump, spin to win. Talked about it last week, but this touch my nose. God damn! Every time I touch my nose, I gotta donate $5 to a charity or something. I don't know. I gotta do something to incentivize me to not do that shit. But this guy comes in switch. So switch on ski is different than skating. It's backwards, right? So this guy comes in straight backwards, bombing this hill. He does like a triple cork, so it's like and then a bajillion spins. So it's 3 backflips, wall spinning, and he just loses it and just back splats, just and is knocked out cold. It's gnarly. It's the worst slam I've seen in an event in a long time. That dude got broke the fuck off. And then inversely, there was a guy who should have gotten broken off but pulled it in doubles moguls, which is moguls are the bumps, and then doubles, obviously it's 2 people on the same team, or maybe it's tandem, hitting the bumps, and then they have little kickers and they do flips on the kickers. And this dude is so out of control. It's just like his teammate is fucking like 80s veil, carving it up, looking stylish, and this guy, it looks like some kid just got off the lift and tried to hit the moguls. He's so out of control. He's bouncing around like a fucking ping pong ball, and then he launches the backflip and goes fully sideways, lands, should bail, pivots, finishes it out backwards. It's fucking awesome. It's really good. The Winter Olympics, I've been seeing some clips, man. There's been some good stuff. Canada accused of cheating. Fuck you, Canada. How about that? They were up against the Finnish team, I believe. And team faces Canada's curling team faces double touching allegations at Olympics. Can you believe it? basically, they were up against the Finnish team, and Canada has been accused of some shady play in the past, right? So these guys set up their own camera on, basically, if you've never seen curling, which I feel like everybody's seen clips, but I learned a little about it. So basically, you start on the blocks, you got the rock, and you slide it, and then you release, and you have to release before there's a big painted line on the ice. It's like the blue line in hockey. And it's called the hog line, which is, this is the problem with these obscure sports, is that they all have this like carnival. Why is it the hog line, dude? Listen, your dick cannot pass. Why is it called? Let's learn together. Called the hog line. In curling, the hog line is named after Old Scottish agricultural slang for a weak young sheep, a hog, that was often culled from the flock. Why? Why is that what it is? I'm from Edinburgh. Oh, yeah. Oh, that line there, that's the hog line. But what? Why would it? But hogs are pigs. Why would hogs be sheep? Oh, oh my God. All of these games were just done in a field. Oh, man. I mean, the bunch of sheep fuckers, dude. All right, this term based next to early Scottish curling. I thought curling was Canadian. Who invented curling? Curling is invented in Scotland in the 16th century. The earliest evidence dating back to 1511. Man, shout out to Scotland. I mean, no one has ever been more bored than guys in Scotland. And this photo is exactly what you think it would be. Wow, these guys are really dressing like Peaky Blinders. Ah, man. All right, well, shout out Scotland, I guess. Man, you guys nailed it with golf, but curling stinks. Okay, whatever. Shout out to them. We love Scotland. Yeah, so hog line, right? Once the stone or the rock reaches the hog line, you got to release it. You can't touch it. Canada, these dirty double touchers, have been accused of, like, the guy releases the handle of the rock, right? And then double touch, gives a little push, beep, boop, which is supposedly illegal, but according to the rules, you can double touch so long as it's before the hog line. So these fucking Swedes or Finnish fools or whatever had their own camera guy set up on the hog line looking for the dick pics. And you can hear them in the thing getting so irate at the Canadians, and then one of them's like, "Don't worry, Vion's got the shot." Like, they have their own dude. But what's funny about it is that inadvertently they proved that Canada was not cheating. They were double touching, but it was before the hog line, dude. And let me tell you, nothing pisses me off more than when someone double touches my hog. So dumb. Oh, so dumb. But yeah, that's a fun little scandal. It's like that'd be like if someone got bent out of shape at a darts tournament and just fucking over the line. Market zero, dude. Smokey? Am I the only one who gives a shit about the rules? Yeah. But I saw probably my favorite clip I've seen from the Winter Olympics. I just saw it today. It's from an Italian broadcast in which this Italian gentleman is not a fan of the bobsled team, the tandem team that is on the track, let's say. He's basically spends the entire run of this team from a small country in the Middle East who he is not a fan of. And he spends the entire time just bashing one of the dudes for basically being pro-genocide. It's just like, he might as well have spent the entire run going Italian. How do Italians sound? Ciao bella. Oh, Buenos Aires. This guy is a piece of his shit. The things he says on his social media are diabolical. Oh, we hate this man. It's pretty awesome. He like for sure had a like cheat sheet of just crazy shit this dude had said, and spends the entire run bashing this guy. It's pretty tight. Not gonna lie. It's like, damn, dude, this guy is standing on business, dude. And let me tell you, nobody's mad at the Italian guy. It's pretty fucking great. But yeah, you just don't. I mean, in sport, you know, you got to leave certain stuff out of it, right? And it just is what it is. You want to keep it about the competition. But when a real biased sportscaster is so fun. Like if the way radio guys call baseball games, where my grandfather would mute the TV and then have the radio on. So because the broadcasting, he just preferred that it's more intricate because they have to be more descriptive. There was a delay, so he would hear the call and then see the play, which drove me nuts. But you know, that's granddaddy for you. So and what makes those radio dudes fun is that they are about their team. It's like Major League, where they're like, and these guys stink again, and they start winning, and they're like, these guys are the fucking best. I love that, dude. When you see, it's like every time you see a highlight clip and there's a real hype announcer, it's from the radio. It's some guy who bleeds for fucking Duke and is just like, our boys did it again. Another natty. It's fucking great, dude. Yeah, but shout out that Italian dude for keeping it real, bro. And by the way, that bobsled team came in last place. You suck. Fuck you. I know I talk trash, but god damn it, we're talking about things that unified the earth. What are the medal Winter Olympics medals? Let's check in on the Winter Olympics, see who's doing what. All right. Who is dominating? In last place, we got Belgium. 1 bronze medal. Sorry, boys. Step it up. Bulgaria with 2. Finland's got a big 4 bronze. Georgia, country, not the state, 1 silver. New Zealand, silver and a bronze. Shout out to you. Latvia, silver and a bronze. Poland, slanging some sausage. 3 silver, 1 bronze for a total of 4. China, 3 silver, 3 bronze for a total of 6. Those athletes are currently being shot. Kazakhstan with a gold. No shot, dude. There's like 8 people in that country. What did they win? Figure skating? Oh, damn. Oh, my God. Mikhail Shadorov stuns for Olympic gold. Man, that's got to be tough to be gay in Kazakhstan. Shout out to that dude. Stay safe, buddy. Brazil with 1. What did Brazil win? Bobsled? No. Brazil's going to be 2020 the signature flavor historic gold. Skier. What kind of skier? Brazil. What did they win? Gold medal. Winter Olympics. What did these guys win? Alpine skiing. What's alpine skiing? Is that the shooting? Is that the GAT? That would make sense. They are strapped up in those favelas. Alpine skiing. Wait, what is alpine? I feel like is alpine the slaloms or is it the GAT? Because if it's the GAT, that should just be a guy from Vermont winning that every year. Alpine skiing is a popular winter sport and Olympic discipline involving racing down snow-covered mountain slopes on skis with fixed heel bindings. Okay. Fixed heel bindings means that your toe doesn't lift up. When your heel can lift up, that's what they use on cross-country skis. I don't know why that would be important. That's like, it should be of note if they aren't fixed. Yeah. All right. Super G, Giant Slalom. Okay, so I guess this is your race. Oh, it's the gates. It's the carving through the gates. Okay, cool. Brazil. How do you get good at that there? You're fucking. There's no snow in Brazil, is there? Am I being ignorant? Probably. All right, Brazil. Who else took home some hardware, brothers? South Korea. Hell yeah. 1 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. Fuck yeah. Samsung is stoked, dude. Hell yeah. Slovenia, 2 goals. Dude, these little ass countries are fucking owning, man. Slovenia. I never even heard of this place, which is like to the shock of no one. Every gold medal for today. Slovenia at the Winter Olympics gold. What'd they win? Based on the most recent information, ski jumping dominance. Slovenia won gold in the mixed team ski jumping event. Sick. Won gold men's large hill individuals. What? They're all on large hills. They're mountains. It's the Winter Olympics. Ugh. Too many disciplines. Too many obscure things. But that's fucking tight for those guys. Shout out Slovenia. How many people are in Slovenia? Population of Slovenia. 2.12 million. That's like if someone from Cleveland won a gold medal. It's crazy. That is a tiny fucking place. Slovenia. Austria, Italy. Oh, so it's next to Italy. Hungary. Oh, man. So that's a real... Okay, so Slovenia is a pasta and sausage country. Gotcha. Nailed it. All right. What else we got? Is that Chechnya? Is it Chech? Okay, this one's a trap. CCECHIA. Is that Chechnya? Or is that Chechnya? It's gotta be Chechnya, but the Czech. Why is it? There's no N? Dude, I am fucking dumb. Oh my God, I'm so fucking dumb. Man. Well, shout out to them. All right. Chechnya taking home a gold. Great Britain. I mean, this is the stat line you want to see, because Great Britain, no bronze, no silver, 3 gold. So they're fucking in it to win it, dude. They're dunking if they're competing at all, which I fuck with. I fuck with that heavy. Canada. I mean, Canada should be the most winter Olympic dominating sport because they have winter basically year round. They should really be dunking on people. They're in 11th place, 3 gold, 4 silver, 5 bronze for a total of 12. Pretty fucking good. Japan, notoriously good in any sort of Olympic style competition. Coming home with 4 gold, 5 silver, 10 bronze. Oh, that's gotta sting. They've been locked in a box doing this one thing their entire life, and they can only take home the bronze. Their parents are not happy. Switzerland! 5, 2, and 3 for a total of 10. 5 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. Switzerland. Hell yeah. Sweden's crushing it. France, 5, 7, 4. Oh, we are here for your gold. Austria, 5, 8, and 4. Germany, oh, we are so sorry for what we did back in the day. Our apologies. 5, 8, and 7. Netherlands, 6, 6, and 1. Shout out to the Netherlands. And the good old US of A pulling up in 3rd place with 6, 10, and 5 for a total of 21. Pretty fucking good showing from the Americans. We'd like to see a little more gold place podium finishes, but what are you gonna do? And then we have sipping on tiny coffees, smoking cigs in between runs. We got those dirty, greasy Italians with 9 golds, 4 silvers, 11 bronze. That is really fucking good. Dunked in this. It seems like they dunked fucking hard in the speed skating. 3 golds in the speed skating. There must have been an unattended woman at the finish line that they wanted to go touch without consent. All right. Alpine skiing 2. Luge. Luge is sick. Luge is gnarly. If you are a luge dude, my hat's to you, man. If you don't know how luge works, I mean, it's like it goes luge and then skeleton, because luge is just the sled you sit on, and feet first, skeleton is head first. And the way that works is that your balls are so heavy, they keep you affixed to the ice Dude, what I don't understand is how there can't be much. I mean, there obviously in anything like this at this high level, it's been it's been analyzed and broken down to the most minute, tiniest bit of technique to give you the edge. So I'm sure there is technique, but for the uneducated viewer like me, it seems like it would just come down to how much you weigh. Like, because what you're just running, it's like how fast can you get off the start? Like, so you got to be fast, quick, and then you want to be like the perfect weight between like heavy enough to get you moving fast, but light enough that you, I don't know, man. That seems like the luge seems like gnarly dudes who couldn't backflip. Like they were like, I want to send it, but I don't have the air awareness to like get airborne and really flip around. But hey, I'm an idiot. My analysis is far from expert. All right. Then last up, in first place, Norway. No shit. When I think of Norway, I think of just people sitting in big furry boots with a big hat with like a cup of cocoa sitting on a log cabin, just out in the wilderness. The northern lights are cooking. They're sipping away. I don't even know if the northern lights are in Norway. And I bet they have cities, and I bet Norwegian people are so bummed that that's how they're viewed. That they're like, you guys just like sit around eating whale cock, right? And they're like, oh, kind of. I am from Norway. No one knows what our accent is. Would they cross country skiing? That makes sense because that's like how you get around out there, I assume. One day they'll have buses. Biathlon's the Gats. Wow, Norway's got the marksman. No shit. And then the long jumping. Oh, I saw this. This guy like went nuts. He set a gold or something. Or he set a record. That shit's cool. Where those guys fly for real. That's got to be an insane feeling just to cook down, because it's basically like a roller coaster track that you just fire yourself down into, and then you launch and you use your skis like wings, dude, like the wings of a dragon. And that's how you put a bow on it, folks. All right, I gotta edit this thing and get it up. I gotta post this thing in an hour. Let's see if I can do it. Thanks so much for tuning in, catching up. Check out the fucking Notebook. Check out A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Really, really good. And then, House of the Dragon, it's there. It's worth it. What else are you going to watch, dude? Grey's Anatomy? Get fucked. Yeah, but you rule. Just a little something to take the edge off, keep you entertained during your work day, your work night, your workout, your jerk off, whatever it is you're doing. I appreciate it greatly. And I'll catch you guys in a week. Later.